This is task number 26, placing a urinary catheter in a male cat. I have a model here to demonstrate this process for us. I've got several things here. I've got some sterile gloves, a sterile tomcat catheter, a syringe for collecting urine, a sterile vacutainer. I've got some dilute chlorhexidine. This is not scrub, it's just a solution, nothing irritating. So what I'm going to do first is open up my sterile gloves, get some of these things off to the side, and I'm kind of going to use my gloves and their packaging for a sterile surface. Oh, that was loud. I'm sorry, friends. So I will open these up, and then I'm going to start dropping some of my other sterile items onto this paper. So first off, I've got the catheter itself. Just going to put that right there. And get a little bit of sterile lubricant and just squeeze it right onto the paper. That should be good enough. And I'll also drop my syringe on there, which I would use to collect urine. Alright, so I'll go ahead and carefully avoid touching any of my sterile items. Maybe. Get this guy on next. This is not something I would need to perform a sterile scrub for prior. So we're not doing a surgical procedure. And normally my patient would either be anesthetized or heavily sedated. But since this kid is not actually getting that procedure done, we're just going to pretend. Alright, so at this point my assistant would extrude his penis for me. And I will take my Chlorhex scrub, and once it was extended, I would just do a quick scrub on that, probably 3 or so, with my dilute Chlorhex solution. And from here, I know his bladder is right about under where my assistant's hand is, so I'm going to take my sterile lubricant and just get the distal end of that catheter lubricated. And we would still have that extruded, and then I would be passing this in through the penis up to about here where the bladder is located. And then I can take my sterile syringe and attach it here, draw whatever sample I need, and then without keeping pressure on the plunger, I would just go ahead and pull the whole thing out with that catheter, and then I could place my sample in my sterile vacutainer. I would label this with his name, the date of collection, and then as long as we were going to run it within 30 minutes, I could just place it in the lab. Otherwise, I'd put it in the refrigerator. So that is how we would collect a sterile urine sample with a urinary catheter in a cat.